Welcome to Purple Banditos, and welcome back to more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds. I'm PurpleRodri. Last time we arrived here in Lorule, which is some weird, twisted, kind of Hyrule-ish looking landish-ish area-ish with a lot of monster-ish different people-ish that matched all the different things in Hyrule, and they kind of match here. Like, this is the equivalent of Kakariko Village. In today's episode, we are going to begin questing around. As you can see, there are 7 X's on the map, and this is where the first one is. Who's there? Nobody gets past me, unless you know all the password to the ultra-secret thief song. I'll start the lyrics, and you finish them. A smart thief fears the boss's wrath. I'd rather be on a cliff, walking a narrow path. Sometimes it hurts too much to care. You think it's knowledge's power, but it's really despair. Every time I say I'm a-leaving, this accursed life sets me right back to thieving. Wow, what a fetching voice. So basically, that's just a little puzzle that gets us into the first dungeon of this newly acquired area, and it's quite exciting. As I was saying, there are 7 X's that mark the spot, and there's a hidden treasure in every single one of them. The hidden treasure being a different dungeon with a lot of different qualities, characteristics. Everything's a lot different. You're going to need certain items to get to certain dungeons. You're going to need to finish some dungeons before you finish others. You're going to have to go in between Hyrule to Lorule to Lorule to Hyrule to Lorule. I think you get it, you know? Basically, it's a lot of weird, puzzly, confusing areas. It's been a while since I've done this. I'm going to try my best to, you know, pull it together to be a little successful while I'm doing this, but by that, I'm probably not going to be that successful at it. I'm going to try my best, though. That's for sure. But I'm going to see, you know, if I remember what I'm doing. Sometimes, as I go through a dungeon, I begin remembering a little bit. So I'm hoping that's what's going to happen today. I hope you guys are enjoying your week. It's Monday. It's the start of a new week. It's a fresh start. And it's crazy. I know a lot of people are starting school already. I have a couple friends of mine who just started, like, today. And I start next Monday, and it's insane. It's my senior year. I feel like I'm going to be so loaded with work. I have 5 classes I'm taking, because if I'm planning to graduate in the spring, I have to knock out, like, 5 classes these next 2 semesters. So I'm literally going to be, like, so busy that it's just going to be hectic. But I'm kind of excited to get back into the groove of things. You know, I'm just ready to get back at it and just start classes and, you know, just keep busy. Sometimes all you need in life is to keep a little bit busy. So I'm kind of just excited because, you know, recently summer's gotten kind of slow. All I've really been doing is playing Lego Legends and League of Legends, and playing some RuneScape with, like, my RuneScape clan friends. Other than that, not a whole lot. Running every day, you know, trying to eat healthier, trying to just become a healthier person, but it's kind of slowed down a lot. So, you know, I think it'll be nice just to keep busy with classes and stuff once fall comes. I feel like I'm gonna try really hard just because it's my last year. You know, I kind of want to leave it all behind and just, like, try as hard as possible to make sure that I get really good grades during my last year. I think it'll be good, but I don't know. I know a couple of you guys have started, so I hope your week is going well. I hope school's going good for you too, and I hope you're not completely stressed out right off the bat, which I'm guessing a couple of you guys are gonna be. But best of luck to you guys. Enjoy this last week if you haven't started school yet. I know I'm definitely planning on it. I'm trying to relax as much as possible, watching movies, you know, watching some Netflix, because starting Monday, you know, we're back to being stressed out hecticness. But hey, that's what you have to deal with sometimes. That's a matter of growing up. You know, that's what you have to do. Another thing I want to mention to you guys, which is coming up here in about 20 days, is PAX Prime. It's actually going to be in Seattle. I'm probably going to make a video on it, but I just wanted to make sure I mentioned it, you know, a little bit, because a couple of people have asked me if I'm going to be going or what's going on with that. And like I said before, I am going to be going to it. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. I'm going with, you know, my boys. I'm going with, like, Mo, Sully, Chris, you know, my good group of friends, Luke. So we're all gonna be there, and it's gonna be a good time. I'm kind of really excited. I haven't seen those guys in a couple months. You know, since I mentioned I was going through, like, a hard time, I haven't seen them since, like, that. So I'm kind of just excited to see them now that I feel like I'm finally, you know, just, you know, one step at a time, taking it day by day. And that's all it takes sometimes, is it's time to get over things and, you know, to work on yourself. And I hope, you know, that by the time PAX comes around, you know, it'll be fun just to see them, and I'll just be glad to just kind of distract myself, especially because it's going to be a little break for me. I think it's Labor Day weekend, actually, so it'll be a little break for me in between classes and everything, and it'll just be nice to get back into the swing of things. All right, well, one thing I haven't mentioned about this dungeon is the fact that you can almost see that we're progressing deeper and deeper into it. Now, this is for a certain fact that we're going to see later on, We saw the little weird looking person from the top when we first entered, and the dungeon basically circles around them. Just a quick little explanation for you guys before I start going off on different little tangents. You know, this has been a really crazy summer. I don't know if it was just for me or maybe it was for you guys too. And, you know, it's crazy how much you can change in one summer. I feel like this has probably been one of the longest summers of my life. I've gone through so much during the summer that I'm just kind of ready to, you know, almost set like an agenda and just, you know, get things settled down a little bit and just have some stability in life. You know, I feel like I've been just everywhere and back this summer, you know, both emotionally, physically, everywhere, like, you know, and I'm just glad to be finally, hopefully, coming to a point where things are going to settle down a little bit, you know, back to classes, and just a little bit of relaxation. I'm kind of like really looking forward to it, and I'm just excited to get back into the groove of things. I don't know if that's how it is for you guys, but I know that summer starts out fun, and then eventually it gets a little weary, especially if you're not doing anything, and I think that's the point I finally reached with summer. So 1 week left. I'm going to try to make the most of it, but I know that it gets a little tiresome at times, and that, you know, it can become a little routine, and I think that's just the point where I'm at. So I'm kind of just excited, you know, to get life started and just get things going. Yeah, there's some weird stuff in this dungeon. By the way, this is actually a dungeon that's not that long. There are going to be much longer dungeons, but it will probably take me, like, you know, 2 videos to do dungeons the further we get up, just because how long they freaking take. Some of them become insanely stressful, and I'm telling you right now, I'm not perfect at Zelda. I'm pretty good at Zelda. I pick up on it very quickly, but, you know, sometimes I still die to the bosses and stuff, so just, you know, things can get difficult. That's all I'm gonna say. I remember because the first time I fought this boss, I actually died like 3 times to it, so I just wanted to mention, if I do end up doing that, you know, I'm going to try my best to make sure I don't, but hopefully I don't. But if it happens, just know it's not because I'm not good at Zelda. It's just sometimes it's difficult to take bosses down when you haven't fought them in a while and you don't know all the strategies. Okay, so this person's basically just telling us, like, hey, free me out of here. They know where what we're looking for is around here, apparently. I don't know how they do it. They knew it. Maybe they stole it. I don't really know. I've always wondered that sort of thing, like, where do these characters come from? These random characters that help you throughout the game. It must be kind of cool being a game designer and, you know, and coming up with like Link's companions. I think I would really enjoy that part, because one of the biggest things for me, I've mentioned this before, for Zelda is the story. So I think I would have a really good time just building characters and, you know, adding into the story. I think I'm a good storyteller sometimes. I think I have a pretty, you know, good way with words. I think I could be pretty good at building a character and a background behind it. That would be fun. I feel like that would be a really amazing job, to just work on designing characters and to, you know, work on their lore and set their everything up. I think that would be so freaking cool. I would really enjoy that. You know, whoever gets a job like that is very lucky. I've always thought people who work in the video game industry are definitely very lucky, especially if you're like a younger person who just started out. I feel like that would be really cool. Like, I feel like when we were all kids, everyone must have loved Nintendo, and everyone wanted to work for Nintendo or some sort of thing, or be a video game designer. I remember how many people I knew that were like, I want to be a game designer someday. And, you know, honestly, you know how many become one? Probably 1 in 100, maybe less. It's insane. The statistics are crazy. But imagine being that one person. You're like 23, 24 years old, and maybe 25 at that point, and you're working on designing games for a living and you love them. That must be one of the most amazing, exciting jobs. I would love to do that. I think it would just be great. Yeah, I'm a marketing major. That's what I'm doing now. So it's not like I'm doing the video game design thing. I just think it's really cool, and that people that do it are very lucky. All right, guys, it looks like we made it to the halfway point of this game. I guess you could call it the halfway point. Basically, whenever I see the little portal, I consider it the halfway point, because now this is when this dungeon's beginning to turn a little bit. This is when it's going to start switching up, and you guys are about to see. So I mentioned to you guys that we're going to be freeing this girl up here, and, well, you could kind of see there were some puzzles on the way down here, and that means there are going to be some puzzles on the way back up. So this dungeon is actually centered around getting down here, is probably like 25% of it, but the other 75, I would say, is actually making your way back to the top with this girl. So that's where the dungeon really gets tricky. I think this is one of the coolest designs I've seen in a Zelda game. I think it's kind of witty. You know, like, oh, we're gonna give you this character, almost like Ruto, if you've ever played Ocarina of Time, kind of like a Ruto character, and it's like, find your way out, best of luck to you, and it's so fun. I really enjoy the fact that they did this to this game. It's like, you have a little friend with you, you have to protect her, and it's just like, good luck, I hope you can make it out. Also, you can't let her get hit. I'm pretty sure if she gets hit too much, you have to restart, which kind of sucks until we find a checkpoint further up. But for now, just don't let her get hit, because if you do it, you're going to have a bad time. You're going to have to circle back around, and you don't want to do that. You're better off just following what I'm doing here and hoping for the best, guys. I know I need to collect a couple more heart containers and things like that coming up, so no worries. I will be handling that very soon. Let's just figure out where we need to go from here. I think we're actually coming up very close to a certain area that I found was very, very tricky. I found a couple areas very tricky that I don't remember too much, so let's see if I can figure it out. Oh, well, that was easy. That was really easy. Wait till the puzzles we have coming up. All right, let's run down here. Oh, okay, this area is a little bit confusing. I like the fact, though, that they include, like, you having to go through the gates and the walls and everything to look for switches and just look around. It really does stand it out from another Zelda game, which is what I really do enjoy. I like the weird ones. I think the weird ones are the most fun, you know, in life and in Zelda. I think the weirdest ones are the most fun. It's kind of cool, you know, seeing things from a different perspective. I think that's why, you know, Majora's Mask and Wind Waker were so beloved later years. Not right away, just because, you know, people didn't think it was normal. But then after they realized, you know, sometimes, you know, being weird is better than being normal. And that's honestly a quote for life, too. Being weird is definitely better than being normal. So be yourselves, be weird, enjoy your weird things, do your freaky thing, do your weird thing. Enjoy your weirdness, embrace it, because, you know, someday, like, it's gonna come in handy and it's gonna work for you. Okay, there we go. We figured out what we were doing. Look at that. I'm not too shabby. By that, I mean I'm pretty bad at this game. No, I'm doing well. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay, guys. All right, where do I go from here? I think I'm gonna have to swim past that gate. Yeah, I think it's past this gate. Let's keep looking around then. We're about the halfway point in this dungeon, I would say. And now I just gotta figure out what I gotta do. I think we have to get our little friend here. Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to get our little friend here, which is real nice. Huh. This is gonna be troublesome because I don't really remember too much of what I have to do here, guys. So let me just go ahead and get our friend, move him up to the platform, and I think we will probably be continuing on from around this point, just because I don't remember exactly what we have to do. This is the halfway point in this game, though. So we are just about there. You know, we're just getting there. It's getting close. We're almost there. So if you guys have any tips on what's coming up or all the sorts of secrets, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.